Hi everybody, my name is Liz. Welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you're here today. I was not, I'm still back and forth, but I am going to do it. I was not going to do a TBR, I don't have a jar, I have a basket, for February because I just started picking books I wanted to read. But the thought of it was fun. I put some prompts into my basket, and I have requirements, however. So for my TBRs, this is what I thought I would follow. One or two of them would be from Kindle, so I would just see what's on my Kindle. One or two of them would be recommendations from my daughter, because that's always fun, what they think you should read. Plus, then she and I read it together at the same time. So that's fun. I got one for the book club. Then I would love to have like 3 or 4 of them from you, which I asked for in a different video, and I got 2 of them. So that's on my list. And so I'm now down to like 2 from my TBR basket. So, okay. I can tell you that I already, did I read 2 from the Kindle? I don't remember. Oh boy. So I picked 2 from my Kindle. I can't remember what they are. Hold on, let me look. Okay, got it. So they both happen to be witchy books with a little magic in it. I was in the mood. The first one I read was Accidental Magic. And the second one I actually already read them, was Buried Magic. And I'll go into more depth when I tell you all the books I read for the month, because I'm sure I'm going to read either more than what's on my TBR, or some might be different because my mood might change. They're both part of a series. The Accidental Magic, you could technically read it all by itself. It's very cute. It was fun. It was easy. Very lighthearted and just a nice, cute read. The other one, Buried Magic, yes, it's part of a series, and that you have to keep reading it. So it left you at a cliffhanger for Buried Magic. So that one I do have to keep reading. Okay, so those were the 2 I did from Kindle. All right, then the recommendation from my daughter is Love Mom. And that we both picked. She picked it from her Kindle because she only basically reads Kindle. So she picked Love Mom. So I'm going to read that one. The book club book is We Used to Live Here. Marcus Cleaver. Sorry. I don't know anything about it. So a couple flips houses. Charlie and Eve. They can't believe the killer deal. They just gotten on an old property in a picturesque neighborhood. Eve works on the house one day, and then there's a knock on the door, and a man stands there with his family claiming to have lived there before and asks whether it would be all right if he showed his kids around. And Eve lets him in. I'm going to stop there because I don't want, because then it says things start to happen. So I'm looking forward to this. I think my daughter already read this and she really liked it. Okay, so that's the book club. Then I did get 2 recommendations from you. No Exit. Taylor Adams. I'm excited, especially because it's from you. And then My Husband's Wife, Alice Feeney. I know everybody's reading it, and it's almost like, oh, now somebody else is going to talk about it. But everybody's opinions may be different. So I'm looking forward to this. Plus, I got a sprayed edge. This is one I got from the UK because I can't find any here with a sprayed edge. Okay. So now I need 2 from the TBR. But I have a basket. All right. All right. Let's see. Well, I should show you what I'm picking, right? This one. It says there's some blue on the cover. I don't know if you could read it. Some blue on the cover. All right. So I'm going to pick 2, and then I'll have to decide between the 2. All right. I'll be right back. I got my 2. Oops, sorry. The Last Mrs. Parrish by Liv Constantine, or The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. Mystical, kids, magic, or serious, like, mystery. So let's read what these are. Amber Patterson is fed up. She's tired of being a nobody. Blends in the background. She deserves more. A life of money and power, like the one blonde-haired, blue-eyed goddess Daphne Parrish takes for granted. I don't know yet. This one, Cerulean Sea, a lot of people like this. I see this one pop up on a lot of people's favorites. They don't really talk about Under the Whispering Door. You might have to grab that. Linus Baker is a by-the-book caseworker in the Department of Charge of Magical Youth. At 40, he lives in a tiny house with a devious cat and his old records for company, but his quiet life is about to change. I did read 2 witchy books already, but from reviews, a lot of people like this. I haven't heard a lot about this, and it's a mystery. The type is very little. Not that it really matters, but oh boy. This is not easy. I'll do The Last Mrs. Parrish. Okay. Now, let me put this back. Okay. Next one. A well-known author. I could read both of those, right? A well-known, can you read it? Can't tell. A well-known author. I guess I could grab that other book, right? I could, couldn't I? I don't know. Let me see which one it would go up against. Let me look. I'll be right back. All right. I decided not to do the Cerulean Sea. So, John Mars, What Lies Between Us, or Don't Believe It, Charlie Donnelly. Okay. The Girl of Sugar Beach is the most watched documentary in television history, a riveting true life mystery that unfolds over 12 weeks, centers on a fascinating question: did Grace Siebold murder her boyfriend, Julian, while on a spring break vacation, or is she a victim of circumstance and poor police work? Grace has spent the last 10 years in St. Lucian prison and reaches out to the filmmaker Sidney Ryan in a last desperate attempt to prove her innocence. Okay. They say every house has its secrets, and the house that Maggie and Nina have shared for so long is no different, except that these secrets are not buried in the past. Every other night, Maggie and Nina have dinner together. When they're finished, Nina helps Maggie back to her room in the attic and into the heavy chain that keeps her... Okay, I'm reading this. Sorry. Got it. Done. Let me put this one back. Oh. All right. So I have the 2 magical books, witchy books on Kindle, Accidental Magic and Buried Magic. Then I have Love Mom on Kindle from my daughter. Then I have We Used to Live Here, book club. from you guys, No Exit, and My Husband's Wife. And then from the TBR basket, The Last Mrs. Parrish and What Lies Between Us. That's my TBR. I'll let you know at the end of the month if I readily read them all, or more, or less. But I'll let you know. If you think there's other ones I should have picked, let me know. Because I can put them on March. Or maybe if I read these all and I need more to read. All right. Here's to reading.